Régis, over the course of 90 minutes, did you feel that was a deserved win, and what were you kind of overall reflection on?
Yeah, I think especially during the second half, they started better than us. I think created a couple of chances, found solutions to escape our pressure. Sometimes they went long on Mateta. On Deveni for Flickon directly in behind, so we struggled a bit in this part of the game, and progressively I think we found solutions to solve those problems.
In the first half you played some good football, had a lot of the ball, but you did look vulnerable on the break. In the second half you managed to take a lot of control. What did you change at half time?
Yeah, a few details. I think we kept our midfielders a bit more connected in the middle rather than overloading the sides. And I think it helped for the build-up and the balance after the turnover. And I think progressively we imposed our intentions, and which is a good sign because it was a question of maturity and consistency today.
Brian, I think sometimes it can be so frustrating from in the games when he feels he's not getting decisions from the referee, and how pleased are you with the way he kept going, and also it's a brilliant finish as well.
It was a fight with Lacroix, terrible fight. So probably the defenders at the beginning have the best position to protect the goal, and he struggled a bit at the beginning, but progressively he imposed his power, his technique, his connection with his teammates, and finally this great finishing helped the team and the squad.
Was he just having cramp after the goal?
Yeah, to celebrate like that. It's a new celebration. Yeah.
Obviously you've been thinking about the last few weeks about who to play on the right wing because Bertrand's away and you don't necessarily have an option. You've gone with Trey in that position, and people from the outside might look at it and say it's a bit negative to play a defender on the right wing. How pleased are you with what he's contributed? And can you just talk a little bit about that decision?
Yeah, it's an interesting balance. We had to create something else because we don't have a specific right winger in this position. And I think Trey, with his versatility and the connection with his teammates in that part of the pitch, is doing really well. He can play outside, he can compensate Nordi when Nordi is, for example, use overlaps and crosses. So here we have a good balance because he's intelligent and versatile, and it's a good option for us.
How important is this win? Because it has been a while since Premier League win. Now within that you've had some good results given the players that are away, obviously the FA Cup win. But did this feel like a game that it was an important one to build that one?
Yeah, every game is important, and winning in the Premier League is not easy. So I think we have to remind ourselves how tough it is to win a game in this league. And this one, I'm really pleased because it wasn't. It was with maturity and with quality on the pitch. We solved progressively the whole problem of the game, and we created chances. We might have scored even one or two more goals at the end, and it's a good point. Yeah.
You haven't remained his first Premier League start. What was the thinking there? What has he done in the last few weeks?
I think so. He's stepping up in this Premier League. His first season started injured with his hamstrings, so he had to build his fitness level and his confidence. Came off the bench 3 or 4 times, I think, before his first start in the FA Cup. Showed his quality as a winger, has this ability to dribble, to combine with his teammates and go in behind to cross or to shoot. So he has this quality. Now it's a question of it's a potential. You have to transform it in reality. And I think he did well today, and still have room for improvement. But he's a young lad with a great potential. So we trust him.
Was he okay at the end?
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. He was a bit tired, which is normal.
There's been a bit of talk about clubs that are potentially interested in this month, but it's clearly really important.
Yeah, I think which is good. If the clubs are interested by our players, it's a positive point. Yeah, he has this ability with a specific profile as a winger, and I think we need to support him, challenge him sometimes, but to support him at the minute to grow in this position in the Premier League.
On paper, you might have looked at this run of games with West Ham and Burnley coming up, although this question's clearly gone out the window because I think West Ham have won today and Burnley have drawn at Liverpool. But on paper, you're looking at it as maybe a real opportunity. You've got an FA Cup tie just round the corner. this feels like it could be a really important spell in the season to decide kind of a month or two down the line as to whether you're going to be finishing the season looking up or with maybe nothing, not letting play for.
Yeah, I think on paper it might be easier, but it's not the case. It's not the case. Burnley drew in Liverpool, so it shows that even if you are not in the best position in the league, you can win points, and so it won't be easy for sure. So it's always a new game, new scenario. You have to play well, your best football, otherwise you'll get punished.
Just last from me, Jocelyn signed yesterday.
Yeah.
Just tell us a bit about him.
Yeah, a young winger with a specific profile. So we spoke about Romain. I think it's rare in this industry to find this explosivity and these skills to dribble, to have this this courage and this personality for the 1v1s, for example. So he has this quality. Now we have to build progressively his profile to get ready for the Premier League.
Obviously, only young and relatively inexperienced. I'd imagine he'll need time, clearly, patience.
We never know. Sometimes they can step up really quickly, but this is the identity of our club. We can't buy a full squad, so it's possible to get experienced players like Granit, for example, or Nordi. But you have also to build new profiles with young lads, to give them opportunities, to support them, and then I hope they will be strong players for us.
Régis, it's quite unusual for you to wait so long to make a substitution, especially with the game in the balance. Can you explain why you waited?
Yeah, so it was a feeling shared with the bench today. So we felt, first of all, that the players on the pitch were at the level. And I think when you are just on the edge and you are working to solve the problem, you can give them time to go all the way. And sometimes when you make a change, you can disturb this dynamic. So it's always a balance. It was the good decision at the end. Sometimes it's not, but it was positive in this.
And Brian, Bobby, he'd had a very physical game.
Yeah.
And he might have been someone people might have thought might have come off Isidore or Mayenda. So did you have a feeling he might score?
Yeah. I thought it was just a question of time. So when you reach the exhaustion, it's time to stop, but it wasn't the case. So he probably got a bit tired, but it was the case for his direct opponent as well. So it was a balance. So when you are feeling that sometimes it's a question of minutes to just to have this opportunity, it was a good feeling.
And when you look at his goals, 3 of them have been goals probably very few strikers would score. You need a certain amount of strength to score his type of goals. Would you almost like to see him score a simple tap-in or a simple goal? Yeah,
I would like, even if sometimes a cross like the cross received by Enzo, it's not an easy goal. It's more classic, I would say. But strikers are different. You can't teach them. you support them, but you can't teach them. Yeah.
Régis, just following on from Ian's point there about Brian, do you find that he's a striker who kind of thrives finding himself in those awkward positions to score? Because like Ian said, he scored a couple of goals this season where you think, oh goodness me, who else is going to be able to put those away?
Yeah. I repeat it. You need specific profiles, probably specific personalities in those positions. I think the wingers are different because it's often 1v1. You can lose the first duel, the second, the third, and you go again. For strikers, more or less the same. They are in different positions. They have to seize a few opportunities and to transform in a goal. Sometimes you don't. So you will organize a drill, but in the reality, it's totally different. So it's a question of feeling, of specific personality on the pitch.
And of course, the unbeaten home run in the Premier League rolls on. Just how much of a point of pride is that for you and the players as well?
I think it's still important for the whole dynamic, but it's always a reset. It's so fragile. So I think this connection with our fans is important because we can feel this extra energy, but we have to play our best football first of all. And I think today we were really mature, and I'm really pleased with the way we managed this game.
Jocelyn, when he was close to signing, I think for another club, there were some suggestions he might have an injury going to stand the situation? Is he fit or does he need time?
Yeah, we'll have to manage his ankle. So it was an ankle injury. It's not too serious, but we'll have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to build this fitness level. Yeah.
Régis, just one question building on what Dom said before. Now you're getting really close to that 40-point target in terms of the points you've got so far. Are you starting to look beyond that in terms of what else can be achieved this season?
It's not done. So 33. So 7 more to win. And I repeat, it's so difficult to win points in this league. So just step by step. I will have another opportunity at West Ham. It will be a tough game. And we'll see. And if we can get 3 points, we'll be happy. We'll be 36. So it's not achieved once again. So step by step, consistency, maturity, and we'll see.